Hello class and welcome to part 4 of Topographic Maps. In today's lesson we'll be going over hatched lines. Now when we look at a map, okay, you might have seen this in the previous sections, you saw contour lines that have almost like eel marks or little lines that are indented among them. So how are depressions or ditches shown in a contour map? Now, a depression or a ditch could also mean like something like a volcano or a big hole, okay, in the Earth's surface where there is an unusual decline in elevation. So hatched lines, okay, like the symbol that you see next to it, are contour lines that indicate a depression in the ground. Now, another word for depression would just mean a decrease in elevation or a decrease, okay, in the Earth's surface. If you're familiar with FDR property, okay, we have hatched lines on the FDR property around the football practice field. Okay, coming down from the football field and coming down from the parking lot. So hatched lines are prone to get flooding, okay, and be wet a lot because that's where the water will run down to. Now, the rules for reading hatched lines. Okay, if you look at the image on the right-hand side here, we see where it goes. We have the contour lines that are labeled with their elevations. But in a three-dimensional picture, we see that there's a decrease, like this could be a volcano of some sort. So what we're going to do is the outermost hatched line is equal to the elevation of the lower of the contour lines it is in between. So when we look at the hatched line on the map to the right, we see that it's 300. It's going to be the same value as the contour line to the outside of it. So that line is 300, and so the hatched line is going to be 300 as well. Okay, so we see the outermost hatched line, 300. Okay, and it's equal to the contour line it is next to, or it is between. Second, the elevation of any inner hatched line is equal to the decrease in elevation by the contour interval. So where we had our outer hatched line of 300, the next hatched line is inside of there, okay, and that's also got those little markings. Okay, so that shows a decrease of the same contour interval of 10. So the next inside line would be 290. So our contour interval was 10 as we went up, and it's going to be 10 as we go down as well. Okay, let's do a little practice here. So here we see hatched lines, and this is a map that we saw previously in the other parts, where we have the Cedar Sink. Okay, this could be a depression. It could also be like a quarry or a mine, open mine that they had in the vicinity. Okay, on the map below, what is the elevation of point E? Okay, so we're going to walk you through this process as an example. Now, the outer hatched line shows 10. But remember that the contour interval for this map is 10 meters. So if this is 50, we're going to go down 10, and E would be 40 meters. Okay, checkpoint. Use the topographic map below to answer the following questions. Now the elevations are in feet, okay, and we see that the outside is the ocean. Now if the ocean is 0 and our next contour line is 100, okay, find the contour interval of this map. Okay, so it's going to be 100 feet because we know the ocean is 0. B, label the elevation of all the contour lines. Now, I'll do this for you. Now, if we said the contour interval was 100, the next line up would be 200. Now, the outside hatched line is going to be equal to the outside contour line, so that line will be 200 as well. And we're going to have a depression or a decrease in elevation, so it's going to go down at the same contour interval, so our next line inside would be 100. State the highest possible elevation of point A. So A is between 100 and 200. Now, I'm going to remind you that it cannot be equal to the lines of the contour line values. So the answer cannot be 100 or 200. So what is the highest? Okay, the highest, okay, is going to be 199 feet because it's not quite 200 feet. And what is the lowest going to be? Okay, good. We know that it is not as low as 100, so your answer should be 101 feet. What about for point B? Point B is in our hatchet lines. What is the highest possible elevation for point B? Okay, there again, okay, it's between 100 and 200, but it can't be 200, so it could be 199. Okay, and the lowest possible feet should be good. So it can't be lower than 100, so it can only be 101 feet.